Two unstoppable forces, one born of rage, the other rooted in the very essence of life, collide in a battle that will shake the universe. Hulk, fueled by uncontrollable fury, and Groot, the guardian of nature's deepest secrets, are destined for a showdown like no other. As they clash in the heart of a planet brimming with cosmic energy, the question lingers. Will this be a fight to destruction, or a chance for a fragile peace between titans? Only one thing is certain. Their battle will change the fate of worlds. In the vastness of the cosmos, where stars are born and galaxies collide, two of the most powerful beings in existence stood on the brink of an epic confrontation. One was a towering colossus of rage, a force of destruction capable of shaking the earth with a single step. The other, a sentient tree whose roots stretched across the galaxy, embodying nature's eternal power. This was not a battle of good versus evil. It was a clash of forces far beyond mortal comprehension. This was Groot versus Hulk. The tension had been building for days. The Guardians of the Galaxy had landed on Sakaar, an ancient planet where the atmosphere hummed with energy and life thrived in bizarre, unpredictable ways. They had come seeking information on an artifact, the World Seed, said to be capable of regenerating entire planets. Groot, as a being deeply connected to nature, felt a profound draw to this relic. At the same time, the Hulk had arrived. He had been wandering, wrestling with the duality of his existence as Bruce Banner and the Hulk. His mind was troubled, and the power of the World Seed called to the wild, unchained part of him, the Hulk. He wanted the artifact, not for knowledge or power, but for a sense of completeness. It whispered to him that it could finally make him whole. It was inevitable that the two forces would collide, in the heart of Sakaar's jungles, beneath towering trees that swayed with otherworldly winds. Groot stood silently, his large wooden frame towering above even the tallest plants. His eyes, usually soft and warm, glowed faintly with purpose. He could feel the life force of the planet, the connection to the World Seed growing stronger with every step he took. The artifact was close, and Groot understood its significance. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Massive footsteps reverberated through the forest. Birds scattered into the sky, and animals fled in panic. Out of the thick undergrowth, the Hulk appeared, muscles rippling, eyes glowing with a barely contained fury. His green skin glistened with sweat, his breath coming in ragged bursts. "Out of my way!" Hulk roared, his voice a thunderous echo through the jungle. "Hulk needs his power." Groot, as always, responded with his simple yet profound phrase, "I am Groot." His tone, however, was one of warning, of a protector guarding something sacred. Without another word, the Hulk charged. His feet tore into the earth, leaving craters in his wake. But Groot was ready. In an instant, his roots shot from the ground like massive spears, intertwining with the earth to create an impenetrable barrier. Hulk slammed into the wall of roots with the force of an earthquake, splintering wood and sending debris flying in every direction. But Groot held firm, his connection to the planet strengthening as he absorbed energy from the very life around him. The fight had begun. Hulk pulled back, growling in frustration as he swiped at the thick wooden tendrils wrapping around his arms and legs, trying to pull him down. His strength was immeasurable, and with a mighty roar, he ripped free, smashing the ground with a punch that sent shockwaves through the forest. "I am Groot," the living tree declared again, this time with determination. He knew this wasn't just a battle for strength. It was a battle for balance, for the survival of life itself. With a flick of his hand, Groot summoned a swarm of vines from the ground. They slithered toward the Hulk like serpents, wrapping around his legs and torso, holding him in place. The ground beneath them groaned as Groot's roots dug deeper, binding the Hulk in nature's grasp. But Hulk was not one to be restrained. His eyes glowed a bright green as his muscles bulged with even more rage. With an explosive burst of power, he tore through the vines, his fists flying. He charged Groot, leaping into the air with a powerful strike that connected with the tree's chest. Groot staggered back, his massive form bending but not breaking. His wooden body splintered slightly under the force of the blow, but his resilience was extraordinary. As Hulk pressed his advantage, Groot's branches extended, wrapping around the Hulk's arms and legs, trying to immobilize him again. But the Hulk's fury was unmatched. With a roar that shook the heavens, he smashed Groot's branches aside, sending pieces of wood flying in all directions. The two titans were locked in a dance of sheer power and primal force. Each blow from the Hulk echoed like thunder. Each retaliatory strike from Groot rumbled like the shifting earth. Despite the punishment Groot endured, his strength was far from depleted, drawing on the life force of the planet. His body began to regenerate, splintered with reform. His branches grew back thicker, his roots dug deeper into the soil, pulling more strength from the world around him. With a deep, resonant growl, Groot summoned the full force of the jungle. The trees around them, ancient and towering, began to move. Their branches twisted, their roots erupted from the ground, joining Groot's in an effort to subdue the unstoppable force that was the Hulk. The jungle itself was fighting now, drawn to the battle by Groot's command. Hulk, though battered, refused to yield. He ripped through trees, smashed through vines, and roared in defiance of nature itself. His fists connected with the earth, sending tremors through the ground. The planet seemed to shake under his rage, and for a moment, it appeared that nothing could stop him. But then, something shifted. Groot, ever connected to the pulse of life, felt it. A deep, ancient energy within the world seed resonated with him. It was the energy of creation, of life in its purest form. And Groot realized that this battle was not one of destruction, but of preservation. As the Hulk prepared to deliver what could be a final, devastating blow, Groot's eyes glowed with the power of the world seed. His body expanded, his form towering even higher, as if he had become one with the entire planet. The ground beneath him glowed with life, and the trees around him bent toward him, as if lending their strength. "I am Groot," he declared, his voice booming with authority and purpose. With one final surge of power, Groot unleashed the energy of the world seed. His roots shot forward, not to bind the Hulk, but to channel the energy of life directly into him. The glowing tendrils wrapped around Hulk, not to imprison him, but to calm the storm of rage within him. For the first time, Hulk's rage began to falter. The wild, unbridled power within him started to ebb as the soothing energy of the world seed flowed through him. His muscles relaxed, his fists lowered, the furious glow in his eyes dimmed, replaced by a look of confusion and perhaps peace. Groot stood over him, his glowing eyes filled with understanding. The fight was over, not because one had defeated the other, but because nature had restored balance. Hulk, now calmed, sank to his knees, breathing heavily as the rage that had fueled him for so long dissipated. "I am Groot," the sentient tree said softly, offering his hand. Hulk looked up at him, and for the first time, he didn't see an enemy. He saw an ally, someone who, like him, fought to protect something greater than himself. With a grunt, the Hulk nodded and took Groot's hand. Together, they had fought, and together, they had found peace.